All right, this is Sean Daly. I'm in the VO Atlanta 2016 exhibition hall, and right here I have voice actor, coach, and CEO of the GVAA, the Global Voice Acting Academy, David Rosenthal.
Hey,
Pleasure
Sean.
to see you, sir.
Pleasure to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just too formal. So,
It's fine.
So, tell us a little bit about the Global Voice Acting Academy.
Right, so the Global Voice Acting Academy is an online acting school. We teach, as it's obvious, only online, but we teach all over the world, meaning that we have classes with people from Egypt and Bahrain. We have
Japan.
And Japan. We have people from England and Canada all getting together at the same time for a common purpose, which is to learn this particular art with passion, with joy, with a sense of play. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons that we actually started this whole school, was because we, as a collective group, a small collective group of totally kick-ass actors, voice actors, and coaches, realized that sense of community, that sense of wonderful community, of belonging and sharing in sharing in joy, sharing in humor, sharing in all the best ways in terms of education and what's out there and how to grasp that information and use it effectively as a business, that just wasn't there in terms of community in the same way
absolutely.
that we grew up in that community, and then all of a sudden, with everybody becoming very specialized and moving off into their own little booths across, in their homes, that sense of community was being lost, and a lot of the larger schools have become so big that there's a sense of just getting lost sometimes in there, and we wanted there to be such a personalization of each and every student that we work with, that they feel a part of the family.
And that's something I wanted to touch on, because this is a newer school. It's not the first online voice acting school that's out there.
Right.
So what do you feel really sets it apart?
Right. Well, definitely the fact that we are a collaborative school in a way that many. I think we're the only collaborative school in the sense that the people that we work with on a regular basis, which is only, as I said, about 10 coaches right now, we work with each other to create the best possible outcome for each student. So if, let's say, we're working with a student on a particular aspect of their career, or moving towards a demo, we will pass a lot of the information back and forth between coaches, saying, okay, I'm working with this person, but I think you need to spend an hour with Ann on this, or Steve, why don't you chime in on how you feel about what we did in this practice? And so you're not just getting information from one, from one.
You're getting
coach.
a whole bunch of perspectives from every avenue in the industry.
Exactly,
so.
From people who are constantly working in the industry. I mean, thank God, we're all regularly working actors in the industry, and we bring that information back to each and every client. But we also spend enough time with each client to really get to know what their particular
needs and their interests,
but also their own personal spirit and charisma and energy, and how to make that tap into that in a way that will best represent themselves on a demo, on a website, for branding, for marketing. That the essence of who they are comes through in a way that is just so wow and so immediately hearable on a demo that there's no mistaking this person. And so often I hear demos that are generic,
not exciting at all.
No, no, and I get, oh God, you're not
they
going
just
to
spend $1,000.
Yes,
on
and
that.
you're not going to get much work, are you? So we don't at GVAA, we do not make a demo for anybody who we do not feel is competitively ready. We just won't. It's a waste of their money. It's a waste of our production.
So it's definitely not we have a 10-class curriculum. At the end of the class, you have a demo.
Exactly. Which then there are definitely packages out there and pieces who just do that because they're a factory.
And yeah, it's very saturated. And that's something that I've noticed really. I've seen a couple of interviews with you and one of the co-founders, Christina Valizia.
Yeah.
And your passion is just so palpable. And you just sense this warmth and this genuine caring for the success of anyone who reaches out to you. And it's so personal, it's so personable, it's so intimate. But you really want to you want to know these people. You're not just interested in in a credit card number. And it's And I feel like that your students are, you obviously can't guarantee their success, but you just, like, it has got to impact their career
You'd be surprised.
positively. Yeah.
You'd be surprised if once you understand the kind of energy and spirit that is needed to really make it in this industry and continue to be relevant in this industry. It's not just your creative side. You also have to know how to be a business person. So we help you with that as well. I mean,
in so few schools and in some coaches in regard, they have their different specialties, their different strengths, and so few of them are able to offer that full spectrum. And
That's
so
exactly-
that's fantastic. It's like you openly admit, hey, we have, like, this isn't my expertise, but we have people on our staff whose
Who are,
is,
right.
and we can work on both sides of that.
right, and I just don't just throw a client to another coach. I say, okay, so we've been working on this, and this is what this is what Sean's really good at. I mean, he's just so you don't really even need to touch that. What I want to do is I want you to bring out this
This
aspect.
side of it. And that's fantastic. Like, not just like not or realizing what needs work and what doesn't, and then just kind of making such a fully formed, like, molding such a perfect form of students,
Right.
But that's absolutely fantastic. Is there anything else you want to say? Like, how can people find? Like, how can they
Right.
access the GVAA?
Right. Well, one of the great things is that you can call us up and we'll have a free consultation. We'll just talk with you about where you are in this whole, this whole journey, this whole adventure. Are you a beginning? Are you in the middle? Are you a professional? Because every step of the way, we can offer something to you guys, to anybody there, to really broaden and hone not only your skills, but your awareness of what is going on right now in the industry. We're talking with casting directors all the time. I am a casting director. I also, we're talking with people who are listening to demos. What needs to be on a demo? What doesn't need to be on a demo? All kinds of things. So we are able to bring that to you in such a, hopefully, really joyful, playful, humorous way that it opens up a part of you that is forever alive in the moment. So you can give us a call, globalvoiceacademy.com, or you can...
So it's Global Voice Academy, not
it
Global
is,
Voice
right,
Acting
exactly.
Academy?
I
Okay,
know, but it's globalvoiceacademy.com. If you just do a search for GVAA voice, it'll come up right away, and then you can go from there. You can set up, as I said, a consultation. We ask you to fill out a form, a little career strategy form, so we know what we're dealing with and who we're talking about. We want you to come out of our school with having spent as little money as possible, not as much.
And being as prepared as possible.
And being as prepared for what's going to happen, which is why we don't let you just go. We hold your hand through the whole
that's
process.
something that's huge, because I know so many talent are like, I worked with such and such coach, and then after the demo was made, like, they didn't give me, like, I'm like, what now?
I know, and that is
like,
in a way, that is the most important point of the whole point of the adventure. Because if you don't know what to do with all that wonderful stuff, you're going to start, and this happens a lot. I've seen people just get, all the air gets sucked out, and they kind of go, oh, that was fun, but now I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to move forward. And no, the next part of the journey should be just as fun, a little more left brain than right brain, but still fun. And we make it as enjoyable as possible by giving you so much information that it's not just like, what do I do? Oh, I do this, and then I do this, and
And I guess gotta say, I mean, your passion is just so apparent and so palpable.
Thank you.
And it's like just your aura is just so inspiring. But
your aura is showing too.
Oh my! I gotta zip. But David, thank you so much for talking
so
with
much
us.
fun.
And I'd love to talk
great.
with you more about coaching and stuff like that. So
we
thank
will.
you.
Okay.
Very cool. Thank
Take
you.
care.
Awesome.